All right, it's hotter than shit out here. Welcome to Chataqua 2018.
And this guy's like...
There's the rig for this year.
All right, so here's the XFX. Did pretty well, but I was having some strange issues changing channels. So thankfully it worked itself out, but I have no idea why. It didn't get real hot. I kept it in the shade as best I could. So just have to keep an eye on it, I guess. Maybe I'll Google it, see if anybody else has got that same issue. But other than that, came out great.
All right, welcome. It is actually a day later after the Chataqua event, and what a fantastic event. Every year that community puts together an amazing event for people near and far, and this is actually their 45th anniversary, so they've got it down pretty good. You know, even in the face of high heat and all the dissimilar elements they have to bring together, they do a really good job. So we really appreciate being invited, and for everyone who came to the show and found their little spot of shade and made it with us for 2 hours. So thank you so much. So yeah, I'm again playing a little bit of catch up here. I had a lot of gigging, and then a family member has some gigs, my little son, a lot of rehearsals and things. A couple things I wanted to bring in right away. I'm having pretty good luck with Planet Waves cables. So I really actually highly recommend them. I noticed a marked difference in the sound quality I was getting out of my own personal rig. So they're at least worth trying out. I had a former band member, Mr. Clifford Ward, put me onto them along with the very great Devin Townsend, and I've just been really happy. You do get what you pay for, and they are not a cheap cable, but absolutely worth checking out. You know, maybe see if you get a little better sound quality for all you instrumentalists out there. All right, beyond that, about doing outdoor gigs in various kinds of conditions. You know, I have actually turned down a few gigs this summer. The heat is a real consideration for me and for the gear, but more for me. What I'm finding is that I'll give you an example. Weddings being kind of a prime example of this. When you're contracted to do a wedding, a lot of times what will happen is they'll say, we need you to set up at like 1:30 to be playing by 7. And then you play till 10, 11 o'clock at night, and end up loading out, and it's 12, 13, maybe even a 14-hour day depending on how far you're traveling. If you're playing outside in July for that length of time, for me personally, it's just become something that I'm probably going to end up turning down more of the time. I did pretty well yesterday, but again, Chataqua with Bob Levan and his great crew out there for 3 days, making it happen. We had a great production crew, so the lighting package is set up. Not that we use lights, it was daylight when we played. But all the mains, monitors, cabling is all set up on that stage, so you're in really good shape. Some of these other gigs where we have to haul everything in and then be outside for that length of time, boy, for me, health-wise and otherwise, it's just not something I take on as much anymore. So some of the things that I do to keep myself in shape for that are really super hydrate. Brad Delp of the late great Brad Delp of Boston was doing an interview once and talked about how much water he drank between shows, because going from like cold to hot in air conditioning and things like that can really put you down. And if you're a singer, that can be especially problematic. So as it was, I ended up getting strep throat from the Boston crew. I don't think the band had it so much as the crew. It was definitely going around. I'd never had it before. So anyway, these are things you think about when you're playing out. Obviously you want to sustain your body, your health, your ability to perform, and certainly your gear. So yeah, had a great time at Chataqua, even with 97, 98 degree temperatures, and really appreciate everybody coming out. And we've got some more gigs coming up this weekend, so I'm doing my best to really juggle the recording, the promotions, and staying in shape for these gigs. So I'll show you a little bit more footage of the Chataqua event. Thanks again to them, to the Chataqua committee, to the city of Chewelah and everything they do for all of us. It's always a great event. So that is today's installment of the 100-Day Project. I think this is day 94, but I couldn't swear to it. So thank you for checking it out, and I will be back again soon with more material as I can. So thanks very much, and farewell, friends.
And you picked your brother, and you got the best one of all.
Thanks again for having us today. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Thank you guys so much.
Tons of gear, and we don't have to load out much of it, do we, Vinny?
I got the lights.
Vinny's got the lights. I got these mains. It's a little warm, but a good day. We dug it. That's it for the 100-Day Project. See you soon. Farewell, friends.